Hi, everyone. My name is Brittany Kaiser, and I'm a data rights activist, someone that has spent so many years of my life working on our digital rights and digital ownership, what it actually means to own digital content, where we have transparency and consent and permissions, and the ability to always retain a certain amount of value in royalties or in any sort of ownership rights. And that is one of the most important concepts that came out of blockchain technology this year. NFT, who knew that that would be one of the world's top buzzwords, the Collier's Dictionary Word of the Year, even one of the topics at Saturday Night Live. I think a lot of us in the blockchain technology, cryptography communities, anyone that originally followed the cypherpunks up until some of the top NFT traders now. What we all know is that encryption is freedom. Our ability to use code to control, own, transfer, and value our digital assets is one of the most important innovations that has now become popularized in 2021. Why am I one of the people to be talking to you about this? Well, I spent a lot of my life working in technology, but I've seen the best sides of technology and the worst. In 2018, I became a whistleblower, not just on the data industry, but the way in which technology worked in general. I had spent a lot of my life working with what are inherently extractive technologies. Technology companies and platforms and products that are made to take as much value away from us as possible. Yet with the move to Web 3.0, what we are now able to do is, instead of working for technology, technology is able to work for us, where we can use encryption, smart contracting, and other forms of blockchain technology in order to own and control our digital content, our data, our value, as opposed to it essentially just being taken away from us the moment that we touch technology. And I think you've probably heard this from many more people than just me, but data in 2017 apparently became the world's most valuable asset, more valuable than oil and gas. Now, this multi-trillion-dollar industry has many big corporations at the top of it. Why do you think that companies like Google and Facebook and Apple, Uber even, have become some of the most valuable companies in the world? It's the value of the digital assets that they have collected, a lot of that being personal data from all of us as users. So our data makes the most powerful companies in the world to the tune of hundreds of billions of dollars and trillions of dollars that they are worth. It is really an accumulation of our value. And that is what Web 3.0 returns back to us. The value that we have created in the technology supply chain, back to the individual. This is why I actually left Cambridge Analytica, was to go full time into blockchain technology, to work with technologists that actually cared about ethical and moral principles, to work with technologists that care about transparency and consent and permission, to work with technologists that cared about empowering people. Now, over the past year and a half, what we have seen with the coronavirus shutdown is that we have all been forced to lead nearly a completely digital life. And now, for the first time, we have seen this kind of global awakening of people that never seemed to understand the importance of your digital life or your value in the digital world until we were all thrust into this digital life without particularly choosing it. Or even our children are leading a digital life to just go to school or interact with their friends. And so I think as a global society, we have started to revalue what digital content and value and time and attention actually means. Because when we haven't had very much face-to-face time, we haven't had very much interaction in our analog world, then of course, everything that we do digitally is consistently quantified as our ones and zeros, our value, our data that we are producing. And so we've seen this incredible spur of mass adoption for blockchain technologies, for smart contracting, for bringing back that power and choice, and of course, value back into our daily digital lives. And that is why I could not be more honored to not just be speaking with you here today. Our digital lives allow me to be with you in Abu Dhabi while also being in Austin, Texas. Thank you to the metaverse for making that happen. But what it also allows us to do is to start to educate and bring awareness of what digital rights and data rights actually mean. What does it mean for us to own our value and our content? To be able to choose our privacy and anonymity, or to be able to own our entire value supply chain that we create in our digital lives. Well, I was lucky enough to be introduced to the incredible artist Vesa last summer. And that's when we started talking about doing an incredibly important, not just NFT project, but a project that would be able to bring that passion, that engagement, that emotional side to what it means to own your data, what it means to be able to own your digital content, to use a smart contract encryption and blockchain technology to protect yourself and your family, but also lead a successful digital life. And so what we have been working on, and what I just had the honor to spend so much time in Finland working with him and the team on, is going to blow your minds when you see it. It's only the very beginning of our production, but we have started to put together what will be a traveling exhibit of NFTs, physical and digital art, AR, VR experiences that can go from art gallery to museum to technology, legal, or government conference, explaining in a beautiful, creative, and emotional way the importance of these technologies to society, to our future. So thank you all for giving me the time to speak with you today. I'm so excited for you to hear more from Vesa about what we have in store for you. And thank you so much for caring about the types of technologies that I believe are going to change our world for the better. I'll end with my favorite quote from the late, great Dr. Stephen Hawking, who said that technology will allow us to live in luxurious leisure. What he meant by that was that the move from legacy technologies that take advantage of us, where, as I said before, where we are working for technology platforms, that instead we should be building technology that allows us to live a better life, that empowers us. And so, yes, technology can work for us, and it takes all of us in this room working together to make sure that that future becomes a reality. So thank you all so much for having me. Thank you, Vesa, for being there in person with everyone. And I am so excited to see you all in person in Abu Dhabi sometime soon. Thank you, everyone.